Hi guys, this is a past life reading, so we're going to look into which past life is influencing the connection that you are thinking about and explore kind of how it's influencing it and how to embrace it and work with it and what's the outcome, that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's 4 piles. You may want to tune into the colours that are on the top here and just feel if you're drawn to a particular pile because of the colours that resonate, or you can do however you normally do a pick a card reading and you just choose the number 1, 2, 3 or 4 and yeah, just let yourself be drawn to any colour combination. And it doesn't have to be that you like it, you're just drawn to it, you're just kind of like, that one is speaking to me. All right. That's it. If you need longer, pause the video here, otherwise we'll get going. Okay, group number 1. So first of all, take a look at these colours and see if there's one of these 3 colours that you are particularly drawn to. Just going to place it there. So just check. Okay, I just had to get my book because I just saw the past life that on the back, and I don't actually know an awful lot about this particular group of people, so I've got my book here so I can understand it better. Okay, all right. Did you pick your colour? Sorry about that interlude. So this life is the Zulus. So depending on which colour, if you pick the light purple colour, they were the kings and chiefs, the witch doctors and shamans of the Zulu tribes. Emerald, the emeraldy green, farmers and medicine men and women. And the orange were warriors and hunters. Okay, so the Zulus. Okay, I'm just going to read this very quickly because I'm sorry, I didn't prepare very well for this. This is a very short description of Zulu and who they are. Traditionally, Zulus lived in communities in round houses in small compounds, one for each wife and her offspring. Important chiefs were treated as divine kings and observed taboos and rituals. The natural rhythm of the people resulted in a love of dance, drumming, chanting, and ceremony. The medicine men and women were the natural healers, while the witch doctor of the tribe was a powerful person who used spells and magic and foretold the future. He might be called on to perform psychic surgery or exorcise spirits. An evil spirit who had taken over a person, making him physically or mentally ill, was transferred into an animal, with the entire tribe participating in the ritual. The Zulus were superb warriors, noted not only for their outstanding bravery, but also for their discipline, tactics, and advanced strategies. The thunder of their war drums and stamping feet terrified their enemies. They disemboweled their enemies as a mark of respect and to release their spirits. Okay, so very powerful tribal, African tribal people. So let's see, how is that affecting your current connection? 8 of Vessels, rebirth. 10 of Vessels, happiness. And 4 of Arrows, rest. So it's having a really positive influence on this connection, I feel, because there is something about this transformation. So whatever kind of resonated within this, what I was reading with the information about this kind of tribal life, I feel like there's something that's allowing you to really transform and change within this connection, and it's bringing a lot of happiness. And actually I feel like rest and healing, something about this past connection or past life experience is this rebirth and this rest is like a very nurturing, healing, refreshing, especially on an emotional level and mental level. It's like clearing out excuse me, my throat's going as well, like clearing out this heaviness or weight, and allowing in this real joy. So it could be your kind of position or the other person's position within this connection, or the roles that you maybe had within those lifetimes. Let's see what else we've got. The cosmos, creativity, vastness, the never-ending connection. And I'm really feeling the starry night sky. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you've been to Africa, but the sky is freaking amazing. I mean, any time of day, the sunsets, the sunrises, the nights, the stars is just incredible. And I'm getting this sense of this huge, vast sky and this vastness. I mean, within the connection, within this connection, it could be opening it up to this huge potential, and to this wonder, and this realization of this never-ending kind of possibilities and experience of life. And I'm feeling this freedom of the air and the sky with this connection. King of Wands, so bringing in creativity, power, right? One of these was kings, right, as well, kings and chiefs. This leadership, this dynamism to create, to transform, to change, the crucible, the fire burning in this cauldron that transforms and changes the contents through its heat, through its passion, through its fire. And magic manifesting, this is how to embody it. So your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So there is a sense of this use of or connection to a greater spiritual consciousness that is possible through this lifetime influence on this connection, that is allowing you to connect with, this is like the magic side. This is reminding me of like the shaman and the witch doctor, right? Especially with this healing, this witch doctor energy of being able to transform and change and shift and create this space that allows in this infinite happiness and infinite possibility. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this, guys. If you want to know more, look up Zulus, and you can learn more about the tribes or about a particular aspect of the tribes. But I really feel this is a very positive, healing life within this connection, and you may want to connect with imagery, with the colors, with the essence of this group of people in order to influence this connection in a more positive way, or to draw on the ideas, the concepts. I'm feeling even, African, the patterns and the fabrics, the material, the beads, the earth and the soil. I'm not sure where in Africa the Zulu tribe was, but there's parts of Africa that have this really rich red soil, and I'm really seeing this connection to the earth and to the ground and to this. I mean, there is. If you've been to Africa, there's just this huge, there is just this sense of magic in the air. I mean, when I was there, even when I was younger, and I wasn't into really, well, a little bit into this stuff, but not really so much as I am now. But I was so aware of like the dusk in that land. You could just feel the earth and nature just come alive. Even in the middle of the cities, you could just feel this kind of wild connection to the ground and to life. It's a very, very powerful place. So this is beautiful, wonderful reading, and I really love it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in group number 1. And do let me know any comments below. I love hearing your comments. And my past live video, I did do one before as well, if you want to check out another one. And there's just some great comments and feedback. So do let me know if this resonates with you, and I'd love to hear more. Okay, group number 2. Let's do you guys. So, first of all, okay, I might need to get my book as well. I just realised that my geographical or historical knowledge is not quite, I just don't hold information. I really love it, but I just let it go. generally very easily. So I've got my notes here to talk about this particular group of people. So first of all, look at the colours here and see which colour, or maybe a couple of colours, that you're particularly drawn to, that really just feels resonant for you. And this will give you a deeper insight into this connection. So just give you a minute to look at that there. Okay, so if you were drawn to, okay, first of all, this is about the Hebrews. And so if you're drawn to the silver colours, these are the thinkers, theologians, and those interested in the esoteric, those who carry the spiritual energy of the Kabbalah, those who study the tree of life. The emerald colour, homemakers and farmers, kibbutzniks, I have no idea what they are, Orthodox Jews, those with an attachment and love for their homeland. The gold, yellow gold, traders and business people. And the rich royal blue, those representing the priest energy and the strength of religious belief. Okay, so let me give you, I'm just going to read a very short thing just about Hebrews to give you a deeper understanding. The Hebrews, or early Jews, appeared in the Old Testament and in Egyptian records about 1200 BC. They fled from captivity in Egypt to settle in Canaan, which was less fertile than Egypt. After Moses received the 10 Commandments, they agreed to worship one supreme God, Yahweh. In contrast with their neighbours who worshipped several gods, they considered themselves chosen ones. Although they had no military or political power, the religion of the Jews became very influential. From it stemmed Christianity and Islam. Their rulers were judges and priests. They followed the Torah and later the Talmud and formed the 12 tribes of Israel. The esoteric branch of the Jewish faith follows, the esoteric branch of the Jewish faith follows the teachings of the Kabbalah based on the tree of life. This is a highly evolved spiritual teaching derived from the wisdom of the archangels. And I have to say, I've always been drawn to the Kabbalah and interested in the Kabbalah. I've never studied it. I don't really know a huge amount about this, but I do feel this very pure high energy from it. So it's really interesting how it's affecting your connection. Let's have a look. We've got the Queen of Bows, the hare, the Three of Bows, fulfillment, and the Ace of Stones, the foundation of life. Then we have the resting tree, patience and stillness. The Five of Wands, and Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Okay. So what I'm feeling with this is this element of deep peace that can come from this lifetime. I feel that what's coming through from that lifetime into this connection is this very pure connection with spirituality and this very aligned state of being, like this really peaceful state of being. And what is coming through is that life wants to be recognized now in order to help bring you into peace and into stillness, right? It's bringing you into this place where you can rest. Because I feel like there may be like fire energy around, and it's like working with this fire energy. So how to manage and use this fire energy in a really from a really centered way. So how to take action, how to be creative, how to be passionate, how to engage with your spirituality. For some of you, this will literally be a guidance as to, this would be really powerful for you to look into or experience in terms of your spiritual development, to reconnect with this experience, this lifetime, because it will help you bring in this satisfaction, because you've connected with it before. So it's like when you go into that, you'll more deeply feel like just that you're kind of home within yourself, or home within a certain spirituality. So I'm by no means saying what belief system anyone should follow, but there is something about this that might resonate with your core that could help you just feel like feel at home and feel quite grounded. I think this lifetime really wants to create a new beginning and something that is very nourishing, like a vision. It's helping you create a vision for this lifetime. So maybe how you've been with this other person in that life, like your connection from that lifetime, may help you move forward in the right direction now, and also to move in the direction that you want to. So not having to follow maybe what you feel is expected of you or what would be the natural path for you, but to go against the current and embrace your own flow, your own experience. Because there's something really about this passion and fire energy, but at the same time there's deep peace. It's like these two things together, maybe having peace in the action you take, being very trusting and still within your movement and your creativity. So this is really about developing this deeper connection with your kind of instinctive nature, and to act from there regarding this connection. That's what I'm getting for you guys. If there's anything else, do let me know that comes up for you below. Yeah. I feel just about it's really important for you to just trust what feels really good for you, and you know, what kind of resonated with the colour, that this may be why you're really drawn to that aspect of life now, and to allow yourself to embrace it, or to have that awareness that, okay, this is coming up because that's what I've been before, and it allows you to change the way you're moving now, so that you can find more patience and stillness. You know, for example, if you felt the gold and you feel like you're overly invested in your work and business at the moment, you can understand, okay, maybe that's having an influence on this connection, and it's because of this past, so I can shift it and change it as well. Okay, so do let me know below how that resonates. And yeah, I'm really curious. I did a past life reading before, and there were some really fascinating comments and interesting comments from people who watched that and who engaged with these different experiences in their life. So do comment below, and thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to speaking to you again another time. Hi, group number 3 with these beautiful bright colours. So first of all, looking at these colours, and just see if there is one that you are particularly drawn to, one that really calls to you, because this will give you a deeper insight into this past life. Okay, so just drawing yourself which one feels resonant. And then, so this past life is the ancient Chinese. Okay, so people who lived in ancient China. The red colour are the emperors and nobles, and those with real power. The emerald green are the workers and peasants, and those who were Taoists. Orange, those who were Zen Buddhists. And the yellow, scientists and technologists, and followers of Confucius. Okay, so quite a range of people within that. So interesting to see where you fall within that particular range of people. Let's see what it says. I'm just reading a very short bit from a book. If it has it in here. Yeah, okay. From the Chinese, just to give you a deeper insight, okay? My geography and history isn't amazing, so I'm using the book to help me today with this one. Which, like the ancient Chinese. This was a mighty feudal civilization in which the court and nobles ruled over the peasants and slaves in communes. And peasants and slaves. In communes, each family had its own land but cooperated with the whole in order to farm efficiently. Flooding was a great problem, so science was geared to flood defense and hydroengineering, agriculture and metallurgy. The ancient Chinese also studied mathematics, astronomy and engineering, later inventing gunpowder. Originally used only for fireworks, gunpowder was subsequently developed for modern weaponry. The Great Wall of China was built to protect the country against the Mongols. It encouraged the development of a single culture within its walls, which lasted over 2,000 years. Confucius, or Kung Fu Tzu, who wrote the I Ching, was a philosopher and great sage concerned with morality and right behavior. His teaching was ethical and practical. Taoism, founded by Lao Tzu, is a mystical and intuitive religion that encourages submission to the divine and nature. Zen Buddhism, which is a more practical kind of Buddhism, spread rapidly throughout the land in the 6th century and coexisted with Confucianism and Taoism. Okay, so a little history lesson for us there too. Do give more information. If you know more about ancient China, then do share below for other people as well. Let's see how it's affecting on your current connection then. We've got the 3 of Vessels, joy, the 9 of Arrows, dedication, and the Queen of Vessels, salmon. So they're the cups, if you're not sure. 3 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. The Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries. The 4 of Swords, and Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay. So this life, this past life or past experience, I feel has a really positive connection or influence on this connection. Something that maybe actually brings it into this joy, the sense of connection, celebration. Something that actually creates this bringing together, this connection, this experience of happiness, and maybe influenced even how you came into connection. And it also this influence of dedication. And yeah, I mean, there is, from my own understanding of Eastern practices, my own I don't know how to describe it, my own experience of some of these belief systems and ways of being is this very ethical and dedicated approach. You know, there is this sense of being very disciplined and working towards something, and having that mindset, that mindset of not giving up, of being very focused and moving forward regardless of obstacles. And also this nurturing, the sense of nurturing and love, and being able to go against the tide. You know, the salmon swimming upstream has all this strength and this vitality and nurturing just to, you know, lay its eggs. So it battles against these currents in order to find this peaceful space. So it's like the ability to overcome obstacles and move forward and bring in this kind of this joy, celebration, coming together. So it has a very positive influence on this connection. And I feel it like really brings in healing, you know. It brings in this sense of healing. With this Metal King, I'm being drawn to the aspect of that life that was potentially about this kind of conflicts and feuds, and it may have been, you know, that you needed to be a very dedicated and sincere person who was very strict and who was very almost guarded, but in this need to be it because of being I want to say a warrior, but I don't necessarily mean as in a fighter. I just mean as in someone who's fighting for something, who has a cause, who has a belief, who has um, a definitive way of doing something. And what I feel that influence, it's like influencing, how you engage with one another in kind of space and boundaries. So if you had, you know, there's lots of different belief systems that were operating at the same time, or different understandings and ways of being. And it may be with this connection that you have, the two of you have different mindsets or have different beliefs or have different understandings. But because of your sense of discipline, you hold your own space, and also you allow yourself to be who you are and let the other person be who they are. They, you know, have this separation of your being that is actually allows for this kind of healing and peace. Like you can live separately alongside each other. And it is about overcoming kind of different ways of being, or different ways of thinking. This Kali Ma card, this is the card I picked for you to how to embrace this particular life. And it's about facing fear. So it says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Kali comes in is the destroyer, right? She comes in and kind of completely changes everything, you know, like a whirlwind in your life. So it's about embracing those changes and differences and things that are transforming, and allow those to happen so that you can be free and rise above any difficulties. And I'm particularly, again, drawn to kind of this skulls. I do feel like maybe there was this, you may have been involved in some kind of conflicts or battles, or something in the past where you've been on opposite sides, or you've been even on the same side but involved within conflict. I mean, I know I have, there's one past life I had as a dream that was about being in a battlefield with someone who's in my life, and this there's this huge, for me, there's this huge thing about overcoming the kind of karma of that, the battles that we created, or that the kind of carnage that we created. So something very healing about being in a very different energy in this life, and being guided towards healing on a larger scale, rather than causing disruption and death. So that's just coming to me, that past life, because actually, it was the Mongol. It was to do with the Mongols. Okay, maybe there's a message for me in here too. Ultimately it's bringing healing into this life. So allowing yourself to face any kind of fears or worries that come up around this life or around this experience. You may feel almost like you don't want to accept it in some ways, but to just allow yourself to embrace that, or go deeper into that, like where is that fear coming from, and to really understand that so you can heal this connection more. Okay, thank you, group number 3. Do let me know any comments below. I'm very interested to hear your feedback, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Please like, subscribe, book private reading with me. Group number 4. Okay, first of all, take a look at the colours and see if there's a particular colour here that you're drawn to. So there's a white, a lilac, a soft grey, and a dusty pink. And once you've chosen your colour. So this particular past life is for people who were incarnated as the Essenes. So these particular colours, they were the white. The white. I think I should have done the 3 piles because my tongue is getting tied. White, the spiritual leaders of the sect. The lilac, those who were monastic and celibate and held the mystical essence of the Essene. The soft grey were the writers and scholars who wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls. And the dusty pink is the members of the sect who lived family and communal lives. Okay, let's read a little bit more about the Essenes. Okay. So Melchizedek, the great spiritual master, began the Essene Brotherhood. This was a pre-Christian Jewish sect known as the Holy Ones, who studied the Kabbalah and represented an esoteric aspect of the Jewish mysticism. The Essenes were a highly evolved aesthetic people, indifferent to worldly possessions, who aimed to live with holiness, justice, and discipline. They believed that the Messiah would be born into their sect, and in preparation for this spent their days in prayer and meditation. They took ritual baths and wore white to symbolize purity. They also believed in reincarnation, astrology, psychic development, and angels. They lived communally, and many were monastic and celibate. The Essenes wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls, and many worked as scribes. Women were equal to men. Mary, mother of Jesus, was an Essene prepared from childhood to bear the Messiah. One group withdrew from worldly Jerusalem at the end of the 2nd century BC to Qumran, where the fortress city of Masada was the last Jewish stronghold against the Romans. When it was breached in AD 68, the entire community committed suicide rather than surrender to the enemy. Wow. Okay, powerful group of people, guys. Very highly spiritual. Oh, do you know what? I feel really emotional. I feel really connected to this group. All of them. But I feel quite emotional with this. Okay, so how is that affecting your current connection? 4 of Bows, celebration. 9 of Bows, respect. And 4 of Vessels, 4 of Cups, boredom. And we have the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving and withholding. The Empress and the Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Oh, guys, I'm feeling very strong heart energy here. Okay, how is this affecting your connection? I feel that, if you are both within this connection, so this respect for, I'm really feeling this respect between men and women, everyone being kind of on this equal level, and this sense of no one being above one another or more important than one another. So I feel it has this really beautiful effect in that sense of a real acceptance and honouring of each other's beauty and strength and individualism, and being able to kind of see that and honour that. I feel like that's at the core. I feel, it may come up as actually a challenge. I'm also feeling that particular aspect could come up as a challenge because it's something you're so used to that if it doesn't feel like there's respect, then it can hit you really hard, and you may be very sensitive to anything within the connection that doesn't feel respectful, because you've had that in the past. You've had that very harmonious connection. And so now that could be a real trigger for you, is feeling like you're not respected. We've got the Four of Bows, the Four of Wands, celebration. So this was definitely a very joyful life, a very happy life, very exciting, real exciting time, this expectation and this preparation of this huge light that came into earth. And, there would have been huge, powerful energy coming in with that ascended master of Jesus, because he brought in this huge energy. And I'm not speaking as a Christian or anything, but just with respect to that being who really had the intention to really bring a lot of love into the earth. And so I feel this sense of joy and celebration to have been part of that, and to have been part of that movement and that experience and create that reality. And also kind of celebration that has really that essence is still there, on a very pure vibrational high level sense. There is that very pure connection to that still, and brings that in. For some of you, Four of Wands is the card in the deck that represents twin flame connections to me. So this could be your twin flame, or soulmate, or whatever description you want to use, divine counterpart, someone who is basically on a very similar soul vibration to you, if not the same soul. And this, is obviously a very joyful experience to connect and to have that experience in this lifetime. So you may also have that, your soul came from this kind of experience. Maybe you were even in that lifetime connected as divine counterparts. And we also have boredom. What I'm getting is a sense of this is a very kind of pure spirituality, a very spiritual lifestyle. And the sense I'm getting is why can't I be in that space now? How can I not be in this divine connection, completely at one with source, completely at one with my spiritual knowing and spiritual truth, and be deeply psychic and connected to all these things, and also this sense of why am I not there yet? But then also wait, what am I feeling? I had something else to say and it's completely gone. Oh, with the celibacy, if this is a twin flame connection and you're in separation, and you might feel like you're a bit celibate and a bit bored of that. So I also have that sense coming through. It's interesting as well with this, this very, very pure container of this connection. I'm just feeling it's very, it's very kind of, very holding and loving. It's quite a balanced existence, and because it's bringing in all these elements, right? The fire and the water, and I don't know why I said all these elements, but I was feeling the earth energy. Maybe it's this depictions of the earth energy as well, and it just feels like quite a richness that it brings, a deep spirituality that it brings to this connection. We've also got the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. I think this, and with the Empress, we've got this very strong feminine energy here. So whether you're female or not, it really influences the feminine aspect within the both of you, or the feminine within this connection, and to really help that aspect or that person to embody their Empress energy, to embody their pure, powerful, grounded, connected, open, nurturing, peaceful, beautiful, attractive feminine essence, and the ability to create that flow and create that that ability to be both held and holding and open and receiving, and that kind of backwards, movement of that energy. So really developing the feminine aspect. And this is what it's going to help bring in that nurturing feminine aspect of this connection, where it is really empowering, especially for the feminine aspect, and allows for this divine transformation and spirituality. And this is your guidance, the Miriam. Choose to forgive in order to heal. I find it interesting. She's all wearing white. She looks a little bit like Mother Mary. I'm not sure who Miriam is, actually. I've got my book here. Who is the Miriam? The Miriam, which means the beloved, are twin flame angels. There we go. The twin flame angels who come as one. They are mirror images of each other. They are the angels who appeared to Mary Magdalene in the tomb of Jesus after his passing. Wow. These angels spoke directly to Mary and helped her move beyond her grief, so that she was able to commune with Jesus once more. They can help us move beyond the cloud of grief too. They heal grievances of all kinds, including ones that have been created by religion, or the idea that God does not love or accept us because of a mistake we once made. The Miriam helps us remember that we don't need to ask God for forgiveness, because he never condemned us in the first place. There is a real opportunity for you to move beyond grief or grievance at this time. The Miriam are here swirling their holy light all around you so that you can regain a sense of union with Spirit. You are loved beyond words. Choose to see the light of God in everyone and everything and to love without boundaries. Honor others and honor yourself with your sacred vision. You are in a space of deep healing and forgiveness. Choosing to see the light of the world will help you grow even more. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm feeling so emotional right now. I'm very connected to this energy. So really embracing that ability to really love without condition, without judgment, and to let go of anything that feels like it's blocking you in sharing your love or receiving love. Just really calling in that pure energy to circulate and heal you, and feeling your heart right now. I mean, just really feeling into your body and how this is resonating with you. And yeah, I mean, if you're really connecting with this message as well, then I really want to please say hi, because I'm feeling it really deeply, a really deep connection. So yeah, these lilies and these flowers and roses and lilies feel very apt. Okay, guys, I hope that was useful and gave you some insight into what you're experiencing with your connection, especially at the moment. And thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Please give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you're still listening, and you can book a private reading with me below, or I look forward to speaking to you again another time.